So there's kind of an assortment of things on the back here. I'll get you started on a couple of them and then just kind of make sure that you have at least a direction to go. Whenever you're given an x squared and an x equals 35, I would move the 35 to the other side. Factor x squared minus 2x minus 35 equals 0. You should be able to kind of go from there. Factor and two solutions. Here, a lot of times, for whatever reason, people forget you can take out an x. Set both of those equal to 0 and solve. And just because we haven't seen it in a while, I'll go ahead and do this one. But you should be able to do this one. There are two solutions because of the absolute value. But we should start by subtracting 7 from both sides. That's going to give you a 4 on this side. So then when you get to a 1/2, these are absolute values. Remember, you treat them like parentheses, but don't forget that they're absolute values. Equals 4. To get rid of this fraction, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, 2 over 1 times 2 over 1. So that wipes that little guy out there in front. We now have, let me see, absolute value of 2x minus 2 equals 8. It's at this point now we want to split it into two different directions. Okay, one direction is going to go exactly as we see it. 2x minus 2 equals 8. But the other one, if we have little arrows there, the other one is going to be 2x minus 2 equals negative 8. Okay, the negative 8, we need to consider it to be a positive or negative 8 because the absolute value is going to turn into an 8 anyway. So whether it's a positive 8 or a negative 8, it's going to come out the same. So if we add the 2 to both sides, I get 2x equals 10, or x equals 5, based on that. If I add 2 to both sides, it's going to have something a little different. Sometimes people will jump to the conclusion, oh, if it's a plus or minus, I'll just put 5 and negative 5. Well, that's not the case. Because if we, I'm adding 2, okay? Add 2 to both sides, this is going to be a negative 6. So now I got a 2x equals negative 6 divided by 2, and that's a negative 3. So it's not a positive negative 5, it's a 5 and a negative 3, which, by the way, we should probably check off our list. There's your 5, there's your negative 3. A couple others just to kind of make sure that we are heading the right direction. This falls into that category of move everything to one side, set it equal to 0. The 17s will cancel. It's actually going to be something, I pointed to this one, will be also like this one, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. And this would also be the same, and so with this, if we move the 8 over. I'll say one more thing about this one before I stop and pick up on another. We move the 8 over, we now have our 0. We also have a 2 in common. So you take out the 2, you got x squared minus 3x minus 4. Now you can factor that. The 2 is not going to contribute anything else. But you'll be able to get your two solutions from here.